The retail apocalypse strikes again as major companies are on the verge of a shutdown. As the U.S. economy gets stiffer, many businesses are struggling to survive. Once successful businesses are now heading towards the exit door, and many are caught up in the economic mess. Businesses are experiencing a wild ride in the retail apocalypse, and today we're going to talk about 15 companies that are on the verge of fading away into the economic abyss. Bed Bath & Beyond is the first company on our list. The company is in huge financial trouble, as can be seen from its current debt of $5.2 billion. This financial burden has pushed the company to the point where it filed for bankruptcy in April. As the cost of operations is high, they've started the process of selling all their assets. To describe the seriousness of the company's situation, they've already closed more than 400 stores, and soon more than 55,000 employees will be unemployed. The company is heading towards a permanent shutdown as it vows to close its remaining 360 stores. Next up is Tuesday Morning. The company's been battling with inflation and supply chain issues, which have diminished its profits significantly. Yet again, the company faces the bigger problem of financing its debt. The company is so broke that it's filed for bankruptcy twice in 2 years. As a result, 487 stores located in 40 states have closed their doors, and the company is looking close at its remaining stores in the near future. It's now clear that the company is saying goodbye after 49 years in operation. Let's go to company number 3, which is Party City. The company is finding it hard to hit its revenue targets since sales have declined over the last 4 years. Sales shrank because people cooled down on partying, especially during the COVID period. On the other hand, the company is feeling the burn of expensive helium. You see, helium is used to inflate balloons, and when helium is expensive, the company has to incur more expenses in production. In addition, Party City has faced a brutal rivalry from major big-box retailers such as Target. Target also sells party commodities, and this has hurt the earnings of Party City. Party City is overwhelmed by a debt of $1.7 billion. Since the company was unable to meet its financial obligations, it has now filed for bankruptcy and is closing its stores completely. David's Bridal takes the 4th spot on our list. Unpredictable consumer habits have diminished the revenue of David's Bridal. Speaking of consumer habits, most weddings are slowly transitioning to a situation where people dress in casual or traditional outfits. Well, this trend has caused people to show less interest in gowns and suits, greatly affecting the company's ability to attain a healthy profit. The company has recently filed for bankruptcy and is laying off employees right and left. The company intends to lay off 9,000 employees, and bearing in mind the company only has 12,000, this is a clear indication that David's Bridal is in its last days. Now let's go to company number 5, which is Boxed. The results of the last 4 quarters have proven that management isn't fit to run a profitable business. Boxed is registered a sales decline in its e-commerce platform, showing net losses as high as $26.3 million. The recurring losses have made the Boxed CEO officially start the liquidation process, as he wants to dispose of the company. Boxed is running out of cash, which means that it's unable to pay loans. Therefore, the company filed for bankruptcy last April. Forma Brands is our number 6. Things just didn't work out for the company, from its marketing strategy to supply chain issues, and it's cost the company a lot. For example, when Forma Brands used James Charles and Jeffree Star as brand ambassadors, this damaged the company's reputation since the two were known for their immorality. Now the company is struggling to pay $700 million in debts. This compelling situation pushed the company to file for bankruptcy in January. The company had started inviting lenders to acquire it since its operations have become unfruitful. In our 7th spot is Certa Simmons Bedding. Now here's an interesting fact. Did you know that Certa Simmons Bedding was founded in 1875? So why would a company that has existed for such a long time fail now? Well, 2023 has been a crucial year for Certa Simmons Bedding, with the company facing a financial dilemma. the company has not yet found the solution to paying a debt of $1.9 billion. This has caused them to file for bankruptcy in January. Consequently, the company is unable to sustain operations, which has led to the closure of 3 major factories. Independent Pet Partners brings us to the 8th company on our list. The change in consumer behavior has damaged the sales of its product. Speaking of consumer behavior, many pet owners have shifted away from high-protein and grain-free dog food. In turn, this has hurt the sales of its products as the company is struggling with higher operating costs. The company's expenses has outgrown its earnings, and this has fueled store closures in some of its locations. Similarly, the company filed for bankruptcy in February as its financial woes have struck hard. Company number 9 is Sears Hometown. You'll be shocked to hear that Sears Hometown was once the leading retailer in the world. This occurred in 1969, and the company was so powerful that it beat the likes of Walmart. Yet, as we head into 2023, Sears is shockingly heading into ashes while Walmart takes the top spot. Currently, Sears is facing financial distress. Apart from poor sales, the company is lacking the funds to continue its operations, which has limited the store count. The company is looking at ceasing its operations completely, as it has begun selling its assets at throwaway prices. Currently, the company is offering a whopping 40% discount on its products. The company filed for bankruptcy last December, and the company is in active liquidation. Moving on to our 10th company, which is Kmart. Numerous problems have hit Kmart, from poor sales to competition from other big-box retailers. Target and Walmart have made it hard for Kmart to penetrate. Considering Target has good offers while Walmart has low-priced products, this has made shoppers prefer those two places, thereby putting Kmart out of the picture. This has made Kmart stores less functional and profitable. As a result, more than 250 stores were closed, and currently, its store count has been reduced to only 3. That's how serious it is. 11th on the list is Macys. The company admits that it's unable to hit its revenue targets due to the ever-changing consumer trends. The company's management noted that consumers have invested more in entertainment and travel rather than retail buying. Consumers are pinching pennies, and management acknowledges the consequences of inflation. These two factors have made Macys sales shrink from $345 million to $275 million. The company is struggling to survive as it is facilitating thousands of job cuts, while more than 125 stores are set to be closed. 12th on the list is Penney's. The company is being swallowed by a huge debt trap of $5 billion, which enabled them to recently file for bankruptcy. The company has resorted to closing more than 200 stores since the liquidation process began in February. The retail company is also facing stiff competition from Walmart and Target, since many are enticed by the discounts these two chains offer. And Belk's brings us to number 13. Belk's has been battling with debt for a long time. Even though the company managed to make a debt payment of $480 million, it's slowly finding itself back in debt as the borrowing continues to grow. The company has defaulted on debt payments, which has led them to liquidate some of their outlets. The company has also cited low sales, which has led to the shutdown of its unprofitable locations. Next up is Christmas tree shops. The company is short of cash, and refinancing itself has become a huge problem. The fact that the company failed to pay a loan of $45 million has already put them at a bigger risk of ceasing operations completely. The company can't service its debt, hence it has filed for bankruptcy in May. The company has resorted to closing its remaining 70 stores. Lastly, there's Rite Aid. The company is reporting low customer traffic in its locations, and that has led to a loss of $308 million. Considering the company is only valued at $91.3 million, its longevity is at risk. The company is also facing a bloody rivalry from other pharmaceutical retailers such as Walgreens and Walmart, and that has limited the company's sales. The company's non-compliance with the law is exposing it to bankruptcy as the ongoing opioid lawsuit haunts it. As you can see, the record states it all. Not much is known about tomorrow, but we expect more retail companies to follow suit as the retail crisis worsens.